Chad here, owner of Well Built. Happy to see you guys. I wanted to communicate just a quick um, take on what I'm seeing most commonly in interactions with the contracting community in the past months. So, materials and labor escalation were already well on their way leading into 2022, but there really was a thought that we could expect to see at least materials kind of normalize at some point in 2022. So a lot of the stuff that was being priced coming into the new year, there was some betting going on, right? Some gambling. Like I see the current prices here. I believe for this reason or that the prices are going to be going down. So the trade contracting community was pricing things at or maybe even a little bit under current price points. Not everybody, and if you weren't, good for you, because that turned out to be a very dangerous thing. Because what we're seeing now, as we're coming close to the end of the first quarter in 2022, with the Russia-Ukraine invasion and what is almost certain to be other constrictions, obviously energy costs and the like, are driving costs almost inextricably up, particularly when it comes to material costs, but certainly as well when it comes to labor. So there's something different going on in 2022 now than there was in 21, where there should be no more betting. There should be no more gambling that the prices might go down by the time by the time I need to buy materials. So if you're a trade contractor today, you kind of know, right, that prices are going up. So that's just like everything in the building industry. That's a shared problem. That's not just a trade contractor problem. That is something that if we don't get our hands wrapped around, is going to make have reverberations across every different portion of the value chain in the building industry. So what do we do? How do we handle this? Talking to trade contractors, they're nervous about talking about escalation clauses. The few that I know that have approached that topic, pardon me, that have approached that topic, didn't go particularly well. Got shot down. General contractor that they're talking to saying, hey, there's not going to be escalation. Owners want price certainty. Man, so what do we do? I think if we have a fighting chance to work together through this thing, we're going to have to embrace the idea of escalation clauses. If not escalation clauses, then maybe we're going to have to look at creating escalation contingencies as a part of the contract, and come up with rules in our contracts that allow for that allow for owners to help to cover some of the gap that is absolutely going to present themselves. Because if we don't do that, what owners are going to see are falsely inflated prices that don't reflect what costs are today, because trade contractors, they have to throw in money. They have to throw in 10, 20, 30, who God knows how much percent, right, into their price to try to cover what they know are going to be rising costs. And when you do that, as an owner, you don't get visibility into the real costs, and you're now flying blind a little bit. So now that lower price that comes in, and you say, okay, well, let's go with that lower price. Yeah, you might have just gotten cost certainty, but you also potentially just doomed a trade contractor to not being able to perform that work, which is not good for anyone. Yes, you're contractually in a position of strength, but I don't know if your project's going to get built. So that's my quick take for right now, is that we really need this in commercial construction in particular, because I know this is happening, I think, in civil projects, infrastructure work, road work. There's a pretty well established patterns for securing escalation. But in the commercial segment, this is new for a lot of folks. And I think it's time for everybody, starting with the owners that are driving these projects, to get comfortable with the idea that we're going to need if you want transparency today, which I think you do want transparency on the lower pricing today, that in order to get that, you have to be willing to help to cover some of the downside. And I think should the markets correct, right? Or I'm sorry, should the markets fall back in line and pricing gets better, I think you should be able to participate in that upside. So I hope this is helpful. I hope it sparks some conversation. I look forward to seeing you guys soon.